Hi there, in this video I'm going to show you the VR Puzzle Tools package, which you can download from either the Unity Asset Store or from itch.io. In this video I'm going to show you the 3 different tools that are available within this package and how you can use them to set up your puzzles in your levels. Within the VR Puzzle Tools folder there is a Scenes folder which has also the default setup scene, which is what I'm using now, as well as 3 different examples which we'll look at later. An important thing to note with this package is that you need to have the Steam VR package as well within your project because there are some dependencies on that package. If you wish to use this package for non-VR games, you can do so, you just need to edit the gameplay scripts of the puzzles. So in this default setup scene, I have a plane, which is my floor, which has just got a default layer, and I have my teleporting so I can move around in VR. I have my player, which is the Steam VR player. So you can see here it's the player within the Interaction Systems core folder. And then I have this extra camera which allows me to see, to record better videos using a smooth camera, which is included inside this package. So let's go ahead and do the first tool. So if we go under Tools, Puzzles, and then Archery, we get this window which comes up. And you'll notice that within your hierarchy, you have this transform that says Don't Destroy Me. This is used later on in our preview, and I'll show you that in a second. So I've created some buttons so you can easily get the prefabs. If you were to change where this folder is stored, the VR Puzzle Tools, you need to change the root inside the scripts for editor helpers. So there is this line here, which is the tool package prefix. You just need to go into here and change the prefix and then it will work in all of the tools. If you would want to have a different floor as well, you can do that also here with this floor layer. You can set up, say for example, I want to have a ground layer instead. I can just type in ground and then use a ground layer instead. For the purpose of this demo, I'm just going to keep it as a default layer and go back to Unity. So we have our tool. I can click the buttons. The first one creates me this spawn point, which is the center point of where the puzzle will be. This sticks to the ground, so if you try and raise it above, it won't go over. It will just always stay on the bottom. And then we have getting our targets. So this will get our prefab from within the folder here. And we also get the other prefab, which is the puzzle stop, which has the Steam VR bow already inside it as the prefab. So now we have our prefab set up, we can go ahead and set how many targets we want. So let's say I want to have 9. We can set our minimum max distances. We can set the timer. So this time is for how long the user has to complete the puzzle. If you want to make it more challenging, you lower the time. If you want to make it less challenging, you raise the time and so on and so forth. So I'm going to put mine about 30. I'm going to hit preview. And you'll see now I have all these transform handles. This is thanks to the Don't Destroy Me transform. This is used to move around the puzzle placement. So I can change the height of it, I can move it around. I can even bring all the targets around to one side if I wanted to. If I was to change anything in the tool window, it would also remove the preview. So if I change how many targets I have, it will reset the preview, and I'll have to hit preview again to see it. So I'm going to just quickly create this puzzle so it's all on one side. Maybe raise up a couple. And I'm going to hit generate puzzle. So what this does is it places in our prefab, it places in all our other targets as well, and then we have a puzzle that is ready to go. So the targets, if you want to change the targets, it will also rotate the targets to be facing the center puzzle start, so that the player is always in the center. You can also change around using the preview if you wanted to, so you can do whatever you want. So that's the archery puzzle. So now I'm just going to go and close the window, and you'll notice that the Don't Destroy Me transform has been removed as well. So I'm going to delete the archery prefab, archery puzzle, and I'm going to go ahead and do the next puzzle. So again, I go to Tools, Puzzles, Totem down this time. I have already set up these buttons, so it's easy to get the prefabs and to get all of that. Again, these prefabs are within the prefabs folder of the VR puzzle tools. The premise for this puzzle is that you have uh, totems around the area and they have to be pushed into the floor. So each totem has a required weight which needs to be put onto it, and you have these rocks which are 2 kilograms, 3 kilograms, 5 kilograms in weight. You have to use them to sort of add to the weight of the totem to push it down. So I'm going to go ahead and create an example of that. So I can change the puzzle radius. This will be how much area is available for the placement of the rocks and the totems. And I can set how many totems I want to have up to a maximum of 10, because you don't want to do too many, because otherwise it will just be more exhausting than it is challenging. And I can set my weights. So I'm going to just do some simple weights. Let's do maybe 5, and then the last one 4. Actually, let's do this one 6. And I'll hit preview. And then it will calculate how many rocks you need to do for each. In fact, let's make this 10 or 9. Yeah. So now I have all these totems and all the rocks. I can move them around afterwards if I want to, and then I can hit generate puzzle. So this will generate the rocks and all the totems as well, and they also have canvases to say how much weight is required for each thing. So this text will automatically change. It will automatically face towards the player. So if I hit play, for example, you'll see now it goes and faces the player. And there we go. So that's the totem down puzzle tool. So the final tool we're going to look at is the totem heads tool. Again, you can go to get it through tools, puzzles, and then totem heads. And again, I've got these buttons to make it easier to get your prefabs. So we've got our spawn point that we create into our scene. We've got finding the totems. We've got our master totem here. We've got our normal totem. So once you have these prefabs, you can create a preview. You've got just one totem, but we need to add a bit more complexity. So let's add in a couple more totems. Let's go to like maybe 5. And when we have these totems in here now, we can go and move them around. You can change the distance. Again, when you edit the editor window, it will also remove your preview because you've changed what the preview will look like. So let's maybe keep it a bit closer, and let's go and have a look at this additional totems slider. So this slider is to add a bit more complexity to your puzzles, because at the moment it's pretty simple. You just turn a totem, face center, you're done. So let's go and add a bit more complexity to this puzzle. You can do this by adding additional totems. So I'm going to add 2. I'm going to set my distances, and you'll notice that now some of these totems are connected to other totems. So for example, this totem needs to face the totem over here. And this one will need to face over here. So this also will change what type the totem is when we create them. So if we have a preview that we like the look of, we can hit generate puzzle, and it will generate all the totems for us. These have debug values, so you can see which direction they are facing and what type of totem they are. So the totems with these blue cyan lines, they are connecting chain totems, and the ones with the yellow lines are the connecting, the sending chain totems. So this totem will need to be facing this totem before that can face the center totem. So that's all the tools available within this package. Feel free to have a look at also the example scene. So these have the puzzles already set up, so you can go into them, play them in VR, just simply by hitting play, as long as you've got Steam VR open. And if you have any questions or any suggestions about what to do with this package, feel free to send me an email. And thanks for watching.